telling Detective Ema that without being asked the question, my brother is licensed to carry. Do you remember that?
I probably did tell him that.
Right. So that was an important fact to tell him, right?
Just for the simple fact that I found out there was a shooting, yes, I believed I needed to leave.
Why would that be important if your brother didn't have a gun? Why did you want Detective Ema to know that Keyshawn had a concealed weapons permit?
I wanted him to know because there was a shooting.
Right, because your brother took his gun with him. That's why you
Show me where my brother took his gun with him. Show it to me. But you're telling me something that you're asking me a question, I'm letting you know my answer. So if you don't have proof right in front of my face, then you can't sit here and tell me anything. I'm telling you.
Okay, enough. Next question.
Exactly. Next question.
Stop. Your next question, please.
Is this how you talk to Travis?
Stop.
This is how I'm talking to you.
Next question.
Didn't you also tell? You're not just trying to distance yourself, right?
Distance myself from what?
Right. Well, you didn't want anyone to know that you were communicating with them because you didn't want to get in trouble.
Get in trouble for what?
Well, you could have been in trouble for setting this whole thing up and setting this in motion. Weren't you concerned?
Setting what up? Your client shot 84 rounds. There was no shots back. What did I set up?
Well, you sent somebody to go shoot him, didn't you?
Did he get shot?
You sent somebody to shoot him, did you not?
Did he get shot?
All right, Ms. Jones, you need to answer the questions, not ask them. All right, next question.
State of Florida versus Travis Rudolph. Defendant. Verdict. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 2, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 3, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 4, we find the defendant not guilty. So say we all, this 7th day of June, 2023, in West Palm Beach, County, Florida.
Praise to the Most High. Hey. Praise to the Most High.
It was obvious that Travis was innocent, but officially the jury found him innocent on all 4 counts.
Travis, you're smiling big right now. Now that you're officially acquitted, can you walk us through what the past 2 years were like, knowing that you didn't do anything wrong?
Oh man, it's just a lot of tears were shed, man. Overwhelming tears, you know what I'm saying? Long nights, sleepless nights, everything. So that's what the last 2 years have been for me.
I believe this was the most ridiculous trial of 2023 that should have never happened. This whole circus surrounding this woman's lies. She lied on this man here. She lied on the stand. No doubt about it. She's a big fat liar. Why is everyone here? Well, the defendant was on trial. That's Travis Rudolph, former NFL player, most known for his college football career at Florida State University. Shout out to FSU in Tallahassee, everybody from Ridge Road to Tennessee Street to Monroe Street. Travis is from Palm Beach County, and that's where this all took place. As mentioned, he was big time in college at FSU. He was with the Miami Dolphins and the New York Giants. He ended up getting hurt. It was a torn ACL, and that was basically it for him in the NFL. He got better and was entertaining a contract in the Canadian Football League, but before he could make it out, this out-of-control toxic woman ruined his life. This Tasmanian devil will be Dominique Jones. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from Palm Beach County, let me know below. Dominique Jones was dealing with Travis Rudolph for less than a year, but she saw that he was getting a contract with the CFL and she wanted to go too. Things really started going downhill on Valentine's Day 2021 because Dominique believed that he only did the bare minimum for her. They weren't seeing each other for a month and a half because Dominique had a BBL and was at her family's house recovering. At the same time, Travis was in Miami working out and training to get back right after his injury. There was little contact between the two of them. Dominique definitely wanted Travis to take her more seriously. She would often put hands on him and would fall out crying and begging him to be his girlfriend. She kept asking him, "Why won't you make me your girlfriend?" So despite all the reports, everyone calling this woman his ex-girlfriend, Travis says that he was not in an official relationship with this woman, in a roundabout way saying, "We just be cool and get, we ain't going steady." Word to Rocco. That would explain why this woman was married while she's telling the world that he was cheating on her by talking to another woman, which is what started all of this when they linked up at his family's home on April 7th, 2021. How are you complaining about who he's talking to when y'all are not even in a committed relationship? Since when did the 304 believe her role was to gatekeep other women from him? So yeah, somehow this crazy flamingo got into his phone, saw another woman in there, and thought that she had some type of authority to question him. And you know, them not being committed and her being married to another man, something that she hid from Travis, she did not disclose to him that she was married at all. Yeah, that was indeed trifling. But what she ended up doing later that night was the most dirty, evil thing that anybody could do. This woman initiated and escalated an argument with Travis because she was jealous of another woman. She started going off on him, calling him broke, so he got back at her and said that she was just jealous because the other woman looked better than her. That right there was a big blow to her ego, especially after Dominique had just had a BBL. You cannot tell her that she's not all that when she just went through all that to be deemed more attractive than other women, just to find out that even with your surgery, it still didn't make you more attractive than other women. Yeah, that was a big blow to her pride. So instead of getting up and going home, Dominique started beating on him, throwing stuff around the house, tearing up and smashing his belongings. His brother Daryl, who was in the other room, realized that Dominique was out of control and she had to go. At some point, Daryl even got upset with Travis for allowing her to come over there. He stepped in and they started telling her she had to leave. She didn't want to leave. Dominique continued to tussle and put hands on Travis. She also hit his brother in the process. Then Dominique went even further. She decided she was going to hit Travis in the head with a bottle. It was some kind of alcohol bottle. Travis was shocked, but he still never hit her back. And I'm sorry, at that point, when she started putting hands on him, that's when he should have been able to defend himself. They just told her to leave. And honestly, they should have called the police on her, but Daryl, Travis's brother, said that he didn't want to get her in trouble. Worst mistake ever, because look at all the trouble she got his brother into. After this Tasmanian devil finished spinning around their house in the front yard, tearing up stuff, this woman left the house, contacted her little brother who was supposed to be in medical school, and all his friends, who she also called her brothers. She lied to them and told them that Travis pushed her down and to go shoot his ass up. By the way, she's all in a group chat with her little brother and his friends saying all of this. And one of the guys responded and said Travis was a dead man walking. All of them wanted to protect her honor. None of them investigated her claims.
Were you aware before you left for Mr. Rudolph's house that your sister had smashed Travis's cell phone?
No.
Did your sister tell you prior to going over there to have a talk that she hit him over the head with a trophy?
No.
Did your sister tell you before you went over there to have this chat that she smashed his PlayStation?
No.
Did she tell you that she picked up a tequila bottle and hit him over the head?
No.
Did she tell you that she called Tierney, his sister, and threatened to have him killed?
No.
Did she tell you that she called his mother, Linda, and made threats to her as well?
No.
You didn't know any of that?
No.
If you had known any of that, would that have changed what you did?
I'm unsure.
Dominique also called Travis's mother and his older sister with these threats about how she was going to send her brothers to come over there. Travis's mom went into a panic. She had just lost her husband, their father, a couple of years ago when he was working as a maintenance guy at a club in Palm Beach, and what they say was an accidental shooting. A weapon went off and the bullet went through a wall in the club where their father was working. This is why her son Daryl ended up moving home with her to help her with everything, and the main reason why Travis purchased guns and got his license to carry for the safety of him and their family. When Dominique was going off, their mother was not home, but after she called her, their mother quickly went home to see what was going on. Late that night, Dominique's brothers and his friends, they all jumped into Dominique's mother's car. 4 guys in that car and a few other guys said they will meet them over there. They decided to park down the road after passing back and forth on the street, scoping out the Rudolph residence. All of this caught on a Ring camera. The altercation with the guys and everything that led up to it, down to Dominique putting her hands on Travis. So these crash dummies parked down the street. They walked up to the front door with hoodies on and black clothes. This is after midnight too. One of the guys, Sebastian Jean-Jacques, started banging on the door like he was the police. Daryl answered the door, and the group of men said they were looking for his brother Travis. Travis came out the door, arguing went on. Then at some point, Travis and Daryl's mom ran out the door and said, look, it was all a lie. She had proof from her doorbell that captured everything, proving that Dominique was lying. These idiots, Dominique's brother and his friends, they didn't want to hear it. It didn't matter that Dominique was lying and his mother had the proof. They wanted to get at Travis. At that time, you had 4 guys against 2. It was a brawl in the front yard. One of them told Travis he was on demon time. Travis would die and showed his gun. Travis ended up getting away, went inside the house, but his brother was still outside. He came back outside with his AR-15. He ended up slipping and falling, but he got back up. He gave them a warning. He told them to leave. That's when Travis saw one of the guys who had a gun was about to shoot him, so he started shooting. 39 rounds. 2 guys got hit. They all got into the car. Instead of driving to the hospital a couple of minutes down the road, these guys did not get medical attention right away for their friend. Instead, they allegedly rode around, possibly trying to get rid of weapons or something. Sebastian Jean-Jacques, the same guy that was banging on the door, wouldn't get medical treatment until over an hour later when he was announced deceased at the hospital. Dominique, who was responsible for setting up all of this, she went to go delete messages. She was looking up attorneys, trying to figure out an excuse for all of this, Googling self-defense and attorneys. Her deleted messages, though, were uncovered anyway because she was in a group chat and the officers got a hold to the messages from the other guys' phones. When she got in court, Dominique tried to make it seem like her order for her brothers to, quote, go shoot his ass up meant something else and she was just having an emotional outburst. She said all she wanted them to do was talk to Travis.
You just sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
I didn't say shoot him.
You sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
Correct.
Tell the jury what the shit is.
When you're angry, you say things. I'm sure everyone in this courtroom has said something when you're... I'm trying to speak. If you want me to answer your question, you have to let me answer your question.
Well, if you were responsive to my question, I wouldn't have...
All right. Answer the question, please.
Okay. Can you repeat your question?
Question was, what does mean in the context of that text?
Anything but him.
Okay. So it could have been his brother?
No.
It could have been the house?
Nothing violent toward a person.
It could have been his mother's house, right?
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that.
This woman is a liar and her brother is a liar along with all his friends. I believe this is a travesty. They have the wrong person on trial. Travis made a claim that all of this was self-defense and tried to invoke the stand your ground law, but a judge dismissed that. Let's be honest though, a black man doesn't really have the right to defend himself for real. If anybody is doing anything to him, he's expected to run away and allow himself to be a victim. In this case, Travis was like, it's me or them. And in my opinion, all of these men come into your house in the middle of the night with hoodies on, banging on the door in all black, they did not come to talk. One of them guys said he was on demon time, and all of them should have been blasted and sent straight to hell. Too bad Dominique wasn't there because that evil wicked witch should have been sent to hell too. Dominique set all of this up and her brother and his friends followed her orders. They're the ones responsible for their own friend's life being taken, as well as the friend himself for getting involved in this mess, blindly defending Dominique. Travis was facing 4 life sentences. If they did not have a fair and competent jury, this man would have been sent to prison forever for the rest of his life. Thankfully, that didn't happen. The jury was fair here. It didn't take them long to get down to the bottom of this, not long at all. It was like 3 hours. I still have a problem with the prosecutors. They had the wrong defendants on trial. It should have been Dominique, her brother Keyshawn, and his friends Chris and Tyler up there, not Travis. Instead, the state defended the criminals. When this first happened, you had the media covering Sebastian's death like he was some sweet innocent victim who was just looking for peace. They did not tell the public what happened for real. They had his mama up there like her baby was an angel, and all of that attention helped her raise over $20,000 on GoFundMe for a man who went to attack another man in the middle of the night, wearing hoodies in all black with other friends, and they had weapons on them. This is so crazy, by the way. They gave over $20,000 to his family. I'm sorry, he was not a victim. He died while committing a crime, and outside of himself, if anybody else is responsible, it would be Dominique who sent them over there. At the end of the day, simping is dangerous. These women will book you for a fight and you can lose your freedom or your life. All of these surviving simps should be locked up. Chris, Tyler, Keyshawn, and Dominique. These Florida prosecutors should be ashamed of themselves. They got the wrong person, it's obvious. And then the way these people handled themselves on the stand was just ridiculous. We're going to go back and review it all, so I want you to go ahead and click the link below right now to subscribe to the channel where we're going to discuss all of this. Go ahead and subscribe right now. The link is below. Make sure you turn the notification bell on as well so you do not miss my updates. I'm going to have a lot of case studies over there. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Special thank you to Leslie. I appreciate you, Leslie, for all of your support, as well as Edmund. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.